And I'm back. Yeah, this is probably going to be the last video I'm going to do, but I just wanted to do my PlayStation 2 collection because right now, this is probably my second biggest collection. I was originally going to do PlayStation 4, but then I remembered I actually legitimately have to go back onto my PS4 and actually check what games I have downloaded on there because I forgot. Same thing with the 3. I actually have to go on there and remember. So those will probably come tomorrow. But I just want to do PS2 because I do remember the one game I had. Fuck. Fuck. I can't remember the one fucking PS2 game that I have on PlayStation 3. I think it was called Capcom Fighting Evolution. I think that's what it was called. It was like a it was like one of those games where all Capcom's fighting games came in the one game and they were just all fighting each other. Yeah, it's one of those mashup games. It was decent. Yeah, it was just decent. Okay, but the rest of them are in our disc and they have the manuals and all that. So I just want to go through each game because this is probably going to be a 15, maybe 20 minutes. Heck, that's probably paradise compared to my hour-long streams. But yeah, this is actually a giant pile. If I can get it. Oh, come on, please. Please don't fall. Oh. And this isn't even all of them. There's still some up there. 1 second. I swear I should have had this prepared already. Oh, please don't fall. Please don't fall. Look at this. Look at all these PS2 games. Okay. Now, if I manage to survive, we can get through these. Ooh. Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. Oh, damn. I'm gonna drop it. Okay. Starting from the top. We have ATV Off-Road Fury 1. I have a interesting thing with this series because I have actually never played the first. Well, before I just got the games. I never actually played this one before. I've actually played the second one, and yeah, I will do the races and stuff. But it's been such a long time since I actually played this game that I'm pretty bad at it. But yeah, I do like the second one. I can see why. I have played this since then. This is actually pretty decent. Not as good as the second one, but yeah, this is one of those ATV racing games that's been around for a while. Apparently, there's like a bunch of them on the Wii that some of them I have played that aren't as good. But yeah, I also have the second one. Yeah, after I played the second one, I actually made it my life's goal to track down the others. And this is, look, I got it for $2. But yeah, this is definitely my favorite one. Maybe it's just nostalgia. That's probably what it is. But yeah, this is actually my favorite of all of them. I remember the stages. I remember the courses. Well, obviously. But yeah. I also have the third one. I can't remember if there was a fourth. I think there's a fourth one. But yeah, this ends my ATV thing. I have not actually played this one yet. I was gonna get around to it before I start this video, but I just decided to wing it. But when I play this, I will give you a impression on it. It looks like it has bigger courses than the second one. That looks like the Golden Gate Bridge or the Brooklyn Bridge. If you guys know which bridge that is, let me know. I'll just. Oh God, the camera. Yeah, that's probably the best image you're gonna get. So if you can tell me what that bridge is, you'll earn brownie points. Okay. speaking, now we have a movie tie-in game. Chicken Little. Yeah, that one Disney movie that we don't like to talk about. Yeah, that one. Um, Despite how you feel about the movie, I had a guilty pleasure for it. I kind of liked it. Probably because of the fact that I played the game before the movie, so I was already like disappointed. But in terms of gameplay, this is actually a pretty good game. Platforming, shooters, driving sections, racing sections. This is puzzle sections even. This is actually a pretty good game. This is one of those. This is one of those many tie-in movie games I told you about that are actually quite good, even though that they had to follow that movie. But yeah, it's kind of interesting to me where who was this made by? BVG. Yeah, it's one of those weird things where the game based on the movie is actually better than the movie itself. Yeah, one of those situations. So yeah, it's a good game. Don't hate it just because it's an awful movie, but play it for yourself and you'll see why. Now this is a series I heard about for a long time. I never actually got to play it. Devil May Cry. And no, I'm not talking about DMC Devil May Cry. What a dumbass name. This is actually the original Devil May Cry. I had no idea about this. I actually had not heard about the Devil May Cry series until that reboot came out, and then all my friends were telling me about how the originals were better. But this is the first one. I'm gonna spoil it right now. I actually have a lot of collections because when the PS3 came out, a lot of their PS2 and PS2 games were actually turned into collections, and one of them was the Devil May Cry collection where it came with DMC 1, 2, and 3. But I managed to track down the original PS2 version for the first game. I like it. It's I'm like I'm not a huge fan of RPG, so I'm finding the game a little difficult right now because I'm not totally used to controls yet and the playstyle. I really am enjoying the game. I really do like this action-oriented game. I just have a little problems with the controls, but it's not a bad thing. It's probably just me. I'm probably just not used to it yet. But yes, this is a good game. I don't even know how far I am into the game. It seems like I'm taking forever. Uh, but yeah, I like this game and I'm definitely gonna finish it. Oh yeah, before I forget, Capcom. Back when they weren't making shitty decisions. Oh, boy. Okay. Okay, here's a weird one. Here's a weird one. Dynasty Tactics 2. I have never played this game and I have never heard of this series. Actually, the interesting thing was my cousin was moving out of his house and I came over to help them move so I can get some cash. And they just had this game laying around, and they actually broke their PS2, so I just took it. I was like, you know what? You probably don't need this. I'm just gonna take it home with me. Yeah, I think they'll be okay with it. So I just straight up took it, and I don't think they noticed, but Dynasty Tactics 2, I have not played this. It looks like a strategy RPG. I am not a fan of those particularly, but it looks harmless. I might pop it in just to see how it is. Maybe I'll like it, maybe I won't, but hey, it just makes my PS2 library bigger, so I'm not going to hold that against it. When I get more friends, we're going to talk about this particular show and the game in depth because I have a lot of friends who are actually like this show. And even though the game is not the best thing in the world, it's not like the awesome game of the year, it is actually quite a very decent game. Some of you may have a good idea of what show I'm talking about, but for those who don't, it's too late to guess. Ed and Eddie, The Miss Adventures. Yes, all the titles are pretty much like the Ed part. But yeah, Ed and Eddie is one of my all-time favorite shows on the Cartoon Network. When I was a kid, it was all about this show. There were plenty of other shows that were on that channel, but that's probably going to have to be a separate video where I talk about my favorite shows of the late 90s and the early 2000s. But yeah, Ed and Eddie. This is one of the first. This is pretty much the biggest Ed and Eddie game that they ever had. And although the reviews were average, I personally love this game because I always wanted to be in the world of Ed and Eddie, and this is kind of an open world game and kind of level based where you have a hub world of the cul-de-sac, and like certain areas of the cul-de-sac itself are actual levels. And some of the there are technically 8 levels. Some of them are based off the show, some of them are new, but you get to go to all the iconic places in the show. You get to go to the Peach Creek Middle School. You get to go to You get to go to some of the characters' houses, Rolf's farm. You get to go to the construction site, the garbage dump, the haunted house, and even the sewers, which I remember them doing in one episode. But yeah, this is one of my guilty pleasures. I love this game to death. I enjoy playing it every day. Um, Me and my friends are actually thinking about doing a let's play of just us playing this and reliving our memories. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to do a retrospective on the show as well, and some of my other shows maybe. Um, yeah, I have a lot of. Sorry, I just have a lot of ideas in my head because I looked at this game again. It really brings back good memories. And oh my god, I'm already 12 minutes in. I gotta keep going. Fuck. It's gonna be in the long ass fucking videos. You know what? We'll make this a two-parter. Yeah, we'll make this a two-parter. Um, I think I will do 3 more games from this pile. Then I will cut and start part 2 because I think, yeah, 3 or 4 and I'll be halfway done. Yeah, that's a game plan. Next game, another show that I used to watch as a kid, but not just Cartoon Network, from Disney. Yes, yes, everybody, for all those younger fans out there. There was a time when Disney actually made cartoons and not live action TV shows about preteens. Oh, what has happened to my favorite channels? Anyway, the game, Kim Possible, Switch in Time. Fuck, that was the name of the damn movie. What's the Switch? Um, yeah, this is a good game. I was afraid to ask my parents for it because it had like girls on the cover and they thought I would be like girly. But this was actually one of those shows where it appealed to both boys and girls. Like the boys can get into the action and story while the girls can get into the girl power of all that and crap. Well, not girl power, it's not crap. God damn it, now I messed myself up. Fuck. But yeah, this is one of those because back then it was like this was the only because this game only came out on PS2 and maybe PC, and it was a good game and all. But this was the only console game for Kim Possible that came out. Then there was 3 games that came out on the Game Boy. We actually got to play as Ron, because in this game you could play as Kim, Rufus, and Shigo. But in the Game Boy games, you got to play as Ron, Kim, and Rufus. There's 3 of them, and then there was another game on the Nintendo DS, I remember. But after that, nothing. This is actually a pretty good game. It actually appeals to the show. There's actual combat, there's platforming, there's puzzle sections, different gadgets, and the interesting thing is I can't remember when this actually came out. It was obviously after the Kim Possible movie where Ron and Kim start dating because it's actually yeah, it's obviously after that movie because they have her like blue and white suit that she wears in the fourth season. They have that costume in this game, so it's obviously after the movie. But I'm not gonna. And yeah, I'm sorry. I was trying to think of. I'm thinking Kim Possible or Man, where my life is going, and that was just my cell phone. But I am not going to answer that right now because I'm in the middle of a video. But yeah, this is one of my favorite games. I'm almost done with it actually. I Rule 1. Turn off phone when recording. Yeah, I have not finished this yet. I do plan to. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Sorry, I'm having flashbacks. No wonder I can't get through a video in a short amount of time. I keep having damn flashbacks. Okay, we have Metal Gear Solid 2, Sons of Liberty. One of the greatest hits. And before you guys freak out, I never did play Metal Gear before. Yeah. Remember, I didn't have PlayStation, so I couldn't play it. I know that the very first one was on PS1, but this was the first one I I actually have. I have not played this yet. Please don't criticize me and don't fillet me in the comments. I will play it. I will. I've actually started. The reason I got into it was because of that Ground Zeroes. You know, that clearly demo that you have to pay $40 for. Yeah, that. And that was just blatantly a prologue for fucking Phantom Pain. But yes, I will play this. Just please don't hurt me in the comments just because I have not played this yet. I will. Alright? It looks like it's a good game. If I play Ground Zeroes, I'm probably going to like this. So please don't hurt me. I have met people who will literally beat you up for not playing certain games. And if that's the way gaming is, then I'm probably going to stop gaming. Okay, Mortal Kombat. Man, remember Mortal Kombat? The Deception in Armageddon. That was a weird time for Mortal Kombat. And then this little puppy came up. Mortal Kombat Shaolin Monks. Yeah, this was a interesting little product given to us by Havoc, of all people. But yeah, this was a little interesting game. This is not your, for those who have not played, this is not your traditional Mortal Kombat game. This is a side-scrolling, sort of open world kind of game where you got to play as Liu Kang and Kung Lao, and you actually got to explore around the realms and you fight people. But it's not like a traditional fighting game. It's, you know what, the best way to describe it, it's similar to God of War, where you walk around, do certain platforming sections, and you fight people. It's very similar to God of War in that sense. But you play as Liu Kang Kung Lao, since the Shaolin Monks title. This was actually well received, and this is a very, very good game. I can't remember why. I'm gonna have to do some research on this, but for some reason, they cannot make another game of this. I cannot remember why, but they can. Even though this is what practically saved Mortal Kombat. This is pretty much what saved Mortal Kombat after Annihilation. Not Annihilation, not the terrible sequel to the first Mortal Kombat movie. After what happened with Deception and Armageddon, which are hated amongst most of the fans. But yeah, this was a good game. And for those who don't know, if you beat the game as one of the characters, you even get to unlock Sub-Zero and Scorpion as playable characters. Also, just so you don't like lose your sense of Mortal Kombat actual fighting, there is an actual arena where you get to play, not arena, there's actually a fighting mode in this game where if you go through the game, you get to unlock certain characters to play as, and you get to fight with them. You just can't use them in the story. I have not played the arena mode in this yet. I'm not that far into the game. I'm still playing. But yeah, I'm gonna have to see how that works and get back to you. I'm sorry if I'm doing weird pauses. Like, I hear this weird sound coming from my wife, like a small buzzing that I can hear whenever I speak, so it's really getting to me. But yeah, we'll do, because I'm just hitting 20 minutes. We'll do one more game, and then I'll cut, and we'll do part two. So we'll do one more, because as you guys can see, I have a ginormous fucking pile of games. Now, this is gonna be the last game, and it's another movie-based game. Disney's Ratatouille. Another one of the greatest hits. Uh, yeah, I have an interesting thing with this game. I have played it. I played this on the GameCube actually, and this is one of those interesting games because it's a platformer, but it feels like a free. In my opinion, it's like a amazing platformer. It's very similar to Sly Cooper. Some of you big PlayStation viewers may know who that is. Some of you may not, but it is very similar to Sly Cooper. Remy, you know the rat. He can walk on tight ropes. He can spire jump. And when you put and in Sly Cooper, they have like blue sparklies that appear when you can perform a thief move. The same thing happens in this. So I have a feeling that Sly had more influence on this game than you think. And it's like, wow, they legit play this and then play Sly, and you'll see what I mean. It's like a carbon copy, and I know Sly came first. It's like Jesus, what were they thinking? But yeah, other than the extreme similarities to Sly Cooper, this is a fun game on its own right. I remember it being a pretty big game, and I remember enjoying the combat. And there were even sections where you got to cook meals, similar to the movie. But yeah, that's all I can pretty much remember. It's not a forgettable game. It's just that I have not played this in a while, so ding, my memory's pretty gone. But okay, everybody, thanks for watching. That was half of my PS2 collection. Yeah, that was about half of my PS2 collection right there. We will get to the next half in part 2, and I will see you then. Laters.